Hey, you've been staying alive with me. Welcome to lesson number 3 for Staying Alive. Today we're going to piece it all together, and it's going to put the whole piece, it's going to make sense to you. We're going to go from the beginning to measure 22 today. Before we start that, I wanted to give you a little bit of history about this particular song. It was first released in 1977, 3 years before I was born. That was a time when long collars were really cool, a little bit of extra legging. If you've ever heard of bell bottoms, I don't know if you can see that. I'm also wearing paisley socks. Paisley was pretty popular back then. Longer hair, I'm working on it. Anyway, this particular song got really popular from a soundtrack called Saturday Night Fever. This song in 1978 stayed at #1 on the Billboard charts for 4 weeks, which is quite an accomplishment. So some really cool, interesting facts about this piece. Okay, before I do the demonstration, some things you should pay attention to. The first part, we're going to work on the groove at the very beginning. That's going to set us forward into measure 7 to 15. Excuse me. Trumpets, you have an interesting part in measure 3 and measure 4 that's different than anything else. The melody really comes in measure 7 to 15, and that's going to be held in the flutes, clarinets, and trumpets. Trombone, however, tenor sax, and baritone, you guys then take the melody when we get to measure, I believe, yes, it's measure 11. Okay? Drumline, for you, pretty cool. You get to keep that steady do-do-cha, do-do-do-cha all the way through. Altos, you have a really cool harmony part that comes in measure 13. Since I don't have my alto, I'll play it for you on the piano so you can get a hear of how it goes. Okay? What I'm going to do here is just play the clarinet part, but that's going to match the alto and the French horn part at the beginning. So here's the very beginning for clarinet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. And then that brings us to measure 7. Altos and French horn, you have the same thing there. I'm going to slow down the first measure a little bit so you can hear those 16th notes. Here it is one more time, slower. So, apple, apple, pull, candy cane. Okay? Go and practice it slow till you feel comfortable playing it fast. Then we have, continuing with the groove, tenor sax and trombone and baritone. You guys are just holding some long notes out. Tenor sax. Not the most interesting thing, but it's a cool harmony with the trombone part. Trombones, you have this. That's going to be first position, then you move up to second position, then back to first position. Baritones, you're going to match the tenor sax part for that. Oh, and then I'm going to play the tuba part here at the beginning. Love those low notes. They're so cool. Okay, trumpets, as I said, your part is just a little bit different here than everybody else, starting in measure 3. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Let me just make sure. No, I was too high. There's a correct note. Let's try that one more time. Mistakes are okay. Just get back on the horse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Here's the second part, just a little bit lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then cool harmony here in the third trumpet, if we have any of you playing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, and that was F sharp for that one. Okay, now we're moving on to measure 7. Flute, clarinet, and trumpet, you guys have the melody here. Clarinets, you're going to notice on the long note that it says div. That means you can choose, that means divisi, and you can choose either the higher note or the lower note to play for a cool harmony. Here's measure 7. So really cool part right there. I'm going to play it one more time. Flute, clarinet, trumpet, you want to make sure, and mallets, you want to make sure that you're matching my rhythm as close as you can. Here's 7 again. And then we get to the part that you've been practicing in measure 15. I do want to mention both flute and trumpet, you have a pickup going into measure 7, and that's going to sound like this. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you want to practice counting going into that pickup. Okay, cool. Next, here is the here we go, tenor sax part. Notice in measure 11 that you actually get the melody, so you get a really cool part there. Trombones, this is similar to your part as well. Altos, in measure 13, you come in with a really cool part. It's the same rhythm, but just a harmony. Actually, let me try that again. That was the one right there, so make sure you're matching those pitches. Watching for the, look mom, no hands for the C sharp. Okay, cool. Here's the tuba part, starting in measure 7. And you can dance along as you play as much as you want. It makes it sometimes a lot more fun. Alright guys, you've made it. You've stayed alive with me, if you will, through these 3 lessons. Great job. Hope you're doing well. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm happy to help you out with anything. And please keep washing those hands and staying healthy. Take care. Happy music making.